perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
So, Lindsay, her girls' trip version of her beach getaway that she needed so desperately because she hasn't been away in a couple of weeks. That part ended, and then the beach trip continued because her parents came and brought the kids. So now it's Lindsay and her two children and her parents at the beach. Mm-hmm. And Lindsay was talking about not taking a whole lot of pictures like she usually does on a girls' beach trip. I mean, it'd just be like, it's like middle school. Bam, 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 bam. Pictures nonstop. What do they call that?
Yeah.
Spamming the story.
What's happening?
It's like you wouldn't even know the girls' trip happened, would you?
No.
There's no photos. You know why?
Why?
Because these bees are hard to please. So when I thought, okay, let's think back to my 20s, even my early 30s, we were doing our thing. We were taking pictures. Everyone would see a photo and be like, okay, that's cute. Let's post that. Now we're going through, one of them's postpartum, we're all having kids. Our bodies look different. We cannot find a damn picture to save our lives.
That all of you can agree on that you look fine in it to post it.
Yes. So I probably took 1,000 photos this weekend, and not one of them could we get on agreement of this is okay. And I thought as we get older, like we're 40, as we get older, it's going to be easier because we don't care as much, that type. Oh no. It is the opposite.
Well, and none of y'all have your kids to hide behind in photos, That's a big thing. Put the kids in front of me. Kind of thing.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I'm just more used to looking like this on a screen. You know what I'm saying? Like early morning Lindsay. Like, I guess I liked every single one of them. I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I did pretty good this weekend of being accepting of how we looked. They did not.
Yeah, you said you did pretty well. You did pretty well at, not saying that you did well at looking good, but being okay with however you looked. Not being insecure.
Being okay with not looking great, I should say.
Yeah.
Because, I guess I'm used to it by now, but they're not, and it wasn't good. So we did the trend where I know y'all have seen it, where you gallop, like you're galloping in a video with your holding hands side by side, and then you screenshot each little segment, and it's a picture like you're walking and laughing. Have y'all seen that trend?
No.
No? Riggins, you haven't? Okay, so we're looking dumb, galloping. Someone's taking a video of us galloping through the streets of North Myrtle Beach. We're galloping, and we're screenshotting them, and we did so much work. Nobody likes one of them. Not one of them.
All of that photography trickery and just for nothing.
For nothing.
Man.
So, happy girls weekend.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it again next year if I were you. It's no way. Not worth it.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. Watch the TJ and Riggins Show with new Carolina-specific content, deals, and more. Available to check out every weekday. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
So you've heard me talk about Mandu Charlotte, and now it's your time to go for absolutely free. Mandu Charlotte is an electromuscle stimulation workout. It's only 15 minutes, and it feels like you've been in the gym for hours. You're toner, leaner, stronger. You feel better in your clothes. You look better in your clothes. What's not to love? So check out Mandu Charlotte at tjriggins.com/fitness and get your first session free. Mandu Charlotte.
The TJ and Riggins Show stream is sponsored by R. Gregory Jewelers in Statesville, North Carolina. They're family owned and operated, and they speak diamond. Find something beautiful at tjriggins.com/diamond.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D, Rob.
Sets the tone for my day.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
We have a clip from that show that we are amazed by every time, which is called My Strange Addiction. And this is a pretty long snippet from the show, but you don't have to hear the whole thing to get the gist of it. This is just a lady who is addicted to tartar sauce. Listen.
36-year-old Misty drowns everything she eats in tartar sauce. Every meal, every day.
That's good. Nothing is off limits. I would eat it with anything and everything.
Big rig driving Misty goes through a bottle of tartar sauce daily.
It arouses me. It's sheer ecstasy. Woo.
In just tartar sauce alone, Misty consumes a mind-boggling 14,000 calories a week.
Pops on your tongue and the excitement, I love it. It just gives food a whole new life.
Annually, she consumes an astounding 40 gallons of tartar sauce.
Okay. When she says she's putting it on everything, she's putting it on waffles, fruit, cake, cupcakes, everything that she eats, she puts tartar sauce on. 40 gallons of it a year.
Yeah.
No.
Little Debbie's.
No.
Like cupcake, like Little Debbie snack cakes. She's putting tartar sauce on.
I want to know her cholesterol content, like her levels. That's
Not
wild.
just that, it's just that, I mean, what must that stuff taste like with tartar sauce all over it? She walks around with a bottle and then it shows her just squirting in her mouth.
Right in her mouth.
Oh, is she big?
Well, it showed pictures of her before tartar sauce addiction and then now. And yeah, it's taking its toll on her. Yeah. It has.
Yikes. Yeah,
but she said it
tangy on
happened.
sweet.
It happened because she and her friends got their leftovers to go one night at a restaurant, and she got ready to eat her breakfast, and her friend's tartar sauce had gotten onto her breakfast, whatever she was going to eat that morning, left over, and she ate it and loved it and hasn't eaten a single dish since then that didn't have tartar sauce all over it.
The visual is so alarming. It's so gross. I mean, she's squirting it out, and I love tartar sauce.
Oh, I do too.
TJ loves tartar sauce. You've never seen anything like this.
I'm not putting it on strawberries or Jell-O, which she was. She's putting it on Jell-O.
Nasty.
Ugh.
Or cupcakes. Ugh.
Yeah.
You messing up a Little Debbie? No.
Yeah.
But are they on this show, Riggins, because they're trying to break the addiction, or are they just highlighting that they have the addiction?
No.
'Cause she didn't sound like she wants to stop.
Every episode, they have the therapist in there to talk about breaking the addiction, but I don't know how successful they are.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Tartar sauce.
Yeah.
Gross.
I want to know what brand she likes, though, because she uses one brand. I couldn't tell what it was.
It looked like Kraft.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it looked like the Kraft brand.
Who got the best tartar sauce? I want to know.
But I wonder if it even matters.
Yeah, I don't know. She's not brand loyal.
I mean, if she's a truck driver, she can pull into any truck stop and just say, I'm out of tartar sauce. Let me get some, whatever they got there.
Did you say her name was Big Jill, or you say she drives
a big rig.
Big, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, dang.
Big rig driving.
Okay.
Yeah. She's a truck driver.
Big Alice. You know, who else?
Big Rig
Is that what they call her?
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Make your company part of the new radio explosion. Go to tjriggins.com/explosion. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
They said LeBron's trying to get out of L.A. They said he's trying to go to New York, I believe. He's using his, what do they call it, a player option, $56 million player option to opt out. But that's where his son plays now in L.A., and I thought that was the whole idea. He was going to end his career with the Lakers because his son was going to play, and they were going to be able to be on the court together. But it sounds like he's out. He doesn't want to be there anymore.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know anything
What?
about basketball.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think he had a bad year or something, I read.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think he's just in one of those temper tantrum type phases.
Does he?
I'm getting out of here.
Does he have a lot of temper tantrums? Do you know?
Yeah.
I love that Lindsay's
Bad
like that.
attitude.
She knows all about the basketball too.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad attitude. Acts like a baby
Okay.
when he's not performing. So it's everybody's fault.
Okay, that's good to know, actually. So LeBron in the news today. Don't forget, Prime Day is back next week, July 8th through July 11th. It's a 4-day shopping event. Why are you calling
it Prime Day?
Why are you calling it Prime Day? It's 4 days.
Prime days.
And it happens like at least twice a year. So you've really kind of like lost the specialness, to me anyway, of what Prime Day is supposed to be. It's like these incredible online sales, but it sounds like they're just trying to.
And day is one.
And day is one.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, but I think just doing it multiple times throughout the year, making them 4 days a piece, it's not as exciting for a lot of people. So Prime Day is happening next Tuesday through Friday, I guess it is, 8th through the 11th. What else is happening? Sydney Sweeney was apparently the hottest item at the Jeff Bezos-Lauren Sanchez wedding. Now, they had a bunch of celebrities there in Venice, Italy last week. Those celebrations have since ended. But everybody was saying that Sydney Sweeney, the hottest young actress, was there single, and she was chatting it up with Tom Brady, and everybody was flocking around her trying to get a little bit of attention from her. I get it. She is hot.
Yeah. How old is she now?
Probably mid-20s,
Yeah.
late 20s.
And Tom
maybe?
Brady's late 40s?
At least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's sort of her thing. She's hot and sexy and young, and I guess Tom Brady is looking to well, that's the story anyway, that he was trying to get up in her face and trying to make the connection.
Yeah, well, if so, then you know how I feel about all that. He look ridiculous.
You think so?
Let me see. She's 27.
Okay.
And Tom Brady he's not 50 yet, I don't think. No, he's 47. So he's only 10 years older than her. I mean, 20 years older than her. Yeah, it's too much.
Still.
Yeah, it's too much.
What's the cutoff, do you think?
20.
If you're famous. Okay.
It doesn't matter if you're famous or not.
Oh, no.
No, I don't give them special, considerations for life's rules.
Okay. So 20 years is the cutoff.
I don't know if that's the cutoff. Yeah, probably I would go, if I'm being generous, 20.
Okay. You think
it's very generous.
You think it's weirder for him or weirder for her that they would be into each other?
Weirder for her. But but ridiculous for him.
Yeah.
Put it that
Weird
way.
for her, ridiculous for him.
Yeah.
Because how old are his kids? That's what I want to know. I don't really want to know. I'm just saying they might be close to her age. I don't know.
No, they're kids. I mean,
no.
I don't even think they're teens
Are
yet.
they kids?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, they're little.
So
he may have a teenager.
Yeah. So we got something really fun coming up next.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
The TJ and Riggins Show is available to stream every weekday around 7 a.m. Eastern at tjriggins.com. Stream it on your phone, on your iPad, in your car, on your laptop at work, or even from your smart home devices. You might be saying, hey, Riggins, I can't listen live. Well, that's not a problem. Listen later as a podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon Music, or at tjriggins.com. The Week in Review, Group Therapy, The Extra Funny Podcast, the TJ and Jody's House Podcast, all of your favorites every day of the week. Listen live or listen later at tjriggins.com.
Hey, it's TJ, the #1 influencer for Cozy Earth. And, they're having a big thing going on now with summer deals up to 55% off. They say they made too much stuff. Other people say it's overstocked, but Cozy Earth's a little too classy to say that. That's right. So you still get that big 41% discount when you go to tjriggins.com/deals and then use the code TJ at checkout. Cozy Earth is fantastic. Check them out today and save.
Book your stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. That's where all of our guests stay because it's awesome. They've even got 2 spectacular restaurants on site. You're going to love your stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Book your stay today at tjriggins.com/Hyatt.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Listen everywhere.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
So we did this yesterday. We're going to do it again. 1-star fireworks stand reviews. If you aren't aware, 4th of July is this Friday. And TJ's going to be at the Sky Show in Charlotte at the baseball park. That's what they call it, the baseball park. And he's going to be doing his radio show, his live radio show at the ballpark during the Sky Show. So during a baseball game and a fireworks show. So you should be able to be locked in and not be distracted by anything. Like explosions right behind you. I'm sure it's easy to maintain, a focus with that going on. But every Friday we do this thing called 1-star strip club reviews, where we read 1-star reviews from the internet about all these strip clubs in the country. You can get that at tjriggins.com/prime as a Prime Plus member. But I thought it'd be fun to do some real 1-star reviews of real fireworks stands across the South. So we'll start in Dallas, Texas, at a place called Pyro Pennies. Mike left a 1-star review. This place is so dangerous and unsafe. The most ghetto people come out here and light fireworks off with no safety and nobody watching over them. Some idiot launched a mortar shell into the sunroof of my new car. Needless to say, we're all having to pay for it out of pocket now because someone else's ignorance. So I guess people actually light them off at the fireworks stand.
Yeah, and that's usually frowned upon.
I guess so.
What's a mortar shell?
I don't really know. I thought that's for the military. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But he said it landed in the sunroof of his car.
So I wonder if it was somebody that was with him.
Maybe.
Because if it was somebody that, was associated with the business, they'd be paying for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think. Mm-hmm. You would think. Then we'll go to Macon, Georgia at a place called Sky King Fireworks. Jeff left a 1-star review. Duds, duds, duds. Thanks for ruining my family's 4th of July. You ripped us off and we won't be coming back ever. Nothing is worse than spending so much money and having your fireworks not work.
I hear you.
This is also a hazard and could have been a disastrous situation. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Huh.
Sky King Fireworks. So, again, we don't know if any of these are true. This is just what people post on the internet.
Yeah.
So, then we'll go to Slidell, Louisiana.
Oh.
I hear that's fabulous.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah, at a place called Crazy Carl's. Alex left a 1-star review, short and to the point. A ghost of its former self. Crazy Carl's. It ain't what it used to be.
It used to be so nice.
A ghost of its former self. Huh?
It's criminal is what it is.
Unbelievable. Then we'll go to Cross Plains, Tennessee at a place called Sad Sam's Fireworks Outlet. Michael left a 1-star review. They snapped on me over a Marlboro coupon when it wasn't even that big of a deal. And they treated me and my family like crap. Lost my business forever. So this appears to be a fireworks stand / convenience store / gas station.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried to use a Marlboro coupon. They were livid.
Well, why didn't they just say no? We don't take the Marlboro coupons.
Yeah, you would think. What else do we got here? Let's wrap up in Burleson, Texas at Burleson Fireworks Farm. Alex left a 1-star review. They don't let you light them off anywhere on the property. It's crazy. Why sell them if I have to drive 50 miles to light them off?
What?
Those are the 1-star fireworks stand reviews.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
TJ Riggins Prime Plus members get all of the shows commercial-free, plus a segment called Extra Funny. All for the low price of $4.99 a month or $54.89 for a 12-month subscription. Sign up at the Media Center at tjriggins.com.
What is new radio? New radio is
streaming everywhere.
Listen to the show starting each weekday morning at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, this is an interesting story to me. It's kind of got a little psychological effect to it. If you're at a concert and the concert is terrible, do you still clap at the end? A new poll found most of us always will, because it's polite and expected. But some of us are stingier with it than others. 60% of Americans will clap no matter what. 31% said no, you have to earn the applause. 7% said they're not sure if they're an automatic clapper or not, and 2% of Americans claim they never clap at the end of shows. 1 in 4 Americans admits they've given someone a round of applause when they didn't really want to. They just felt pressured into it. For example, have you ever reluctantly joined in on a standing ovation? It's like, really?
Oh, yeah.
Most standing ovations that I'm a part of are ones that I don't think should be. If I think it should be a standing ovation, I'll lead the stand. I'm the first one up. Yeah. I
love that.
Mm-hmm. But it also goes in line with what I'm always talking about people who get on stage and they get cheap applause. And a way that you do that is whenever you see somebody get on stage and talk about how good of an audience you are. Oh, what a great audience. Thank you so much for being here. Give yourselves a round of applause. And then everybody's like, ah. That's a cheap way to get applause. I was at a wedding a couple of weeks ago, and one of the groomsmen was giving a toast, and he had it down. I mean, he was going for the energy in the room and the whole thing. He was like a motivational speaker. He gets the mic and he says, "Thank you. How about a big round of applause for our couple?" And, he said their names, and everybody's like, "Whoa!" So that's a cheap applause for himself. I say, clap for the couple. That's the reason we're here. Yeah. And then he goes through his high energy speech and the whole thing. And then at the end, he says, "One more time, let's hear it for Casey and Peyton." And wow, the crowd goes nuts. Well, that's applause he's getting for himself by saying, "Let's give it to them." So it was good. It was good.
And he's stealing it.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, he was just ensuring that he was going to get applause. Yeah, he wasn't taking any chances of people not clapping for him.
Yeah. Was he good? Would people have clapped for him if he hadn't asked for it?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But not the way they did. I mean, they erupted.
Yeah.
Both times. You're at their wedding. Yeah, you're at their wedding reception. Yeah. Everybody that walked by a microphone could have said, "All right, let's give it up for Casey and Peyton." It was a white wedding, by the way. White people wedding.
A WPW.
Yeah. Casey and Peyton.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, but are you one, if everybody else is clapping, will you clap?
Of course.
Riggins?
Yeah. The 2% that aren't clapping anytime, that's weird. Way to stand out when you're just like sitting there solemn, not clapping.
I clap after every song when people aren't even really listening to the singer. Like at a bar restaurant, and you're just eating us in the middle of the day on Saturday and somebody up there playing, I'll clap after every song.
Will you really?
Yeah, whether I'm even paying attention or not. That's kind of SOB I am. That's right.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh my God. I love it.
This is TJ and Riggins. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. A TJ Riggins Prime button to get to invitations, links, and all the great Prime Plus exclusive content. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
I don't know if I've ever talked about how obsessed I am with Lily and Grace. I could live in this store. They have everything from bedding, rugs, pillows, gifts, vases, dishes, you name it. Not only that, Robin, the owner, will come to your house and help you design anything you want. She'll help you design your whole house if you just want some rugs, pillows. It's amazing. I was just mentioning the other day I needed a new foyer entry lighting, and she was like, "I can get you that, girl." They do everything. It's phenomenal. Check out Lily and Grace in Langtree today.
Hey, TJ and Riggins TV is sponsored by Cozy Earth. I'm their number one influencer, you know. So go to Cozy Earth by hitting up tjriggins.com/deals and then use the promo code TJ to get 41% off.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show. With TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D-Rob. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
They're working on something in Denmark that I don't know how this is going to work, but if it does, then I think the rest of the civilized world will want to look into this. They're figuring out how people can copyright their faces to protect against deep fakes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, it may have been Joe Rogan several years ago that when they were doing those deep fakes of Tom Cruise, you remember that?
Yeah.
And it looked like Tom Cruise was actually saying all these things and everything. He said that that's going to be, that's going to be an issue. We got to figure out how to do it. And that was the first I had. It wasn't that I'm thinking that Joe Rogan is so profound or, all of that. It's just that's the first place I saw it. It's just the first place I saw anything like this. Because I don't know how to do a deep fake or a deep dive or a chat GPT nor an AI.
None of
them. But how
I don't know that this works. Because
copyright your face?
You can't copyright your face because the whole purpose of using AI is that it's not, no one owns it. It's AI. It's made by the computing power of the internet.
Well, is there something that is going to have to be done where it's more strict about knowing who owns what accounts and stuff?
Maybe.
Because that would seem like that would be the thing. You go after them and you sue them or have them arrested. So when you register a Instagram or a social media account, it needs to be, a real registration so people know who you are. Yeah,
but I think they're going to have trouble because it's an artistic representation of the person. Like you can draw celebrities doing crazy things and it's not illegal. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what they're going to hide behind is like, well, these aren't real things. They're it's creative content. I don't know that you can sue for that.
Well, maybe you have to notate it on the screen that it's not real.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe that's the way.
That's probably it.
Or parody or, whatever you have to put up there.
Because there's a great video of John Goodman singing a JoJo song in the rain.
Yeah.
And I know that's not really John Goodman, but I love it. And I want to enjoy more content like that.
Yeah.
It's just a little too late. John Goodman, come on.
But I mean, you could take somebody like, let's say Franklin Graham.
Yeah.
And do a deep fake AI version of him just saying vile things that could just ruin his entire life, along with his families and everything. A lie makes its way halfway around the world before the truth can get its pants on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they're going to have something that denotes that it's not real. Yeah. If they want to, if the world wants to be right, and do what's right.
Yeah.
But how often does that happen?
Well,
never.
Come on, listen. Never. No, it doesn't.
Mm-mm. Just a bunch of heathens, devil making out there. That's all it is out there on them internets. Devil making.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh my God. I love it.
This is TJ and Riggins. Get the latest extra funny episode at tjriggins.com, all major podcast platforms, and on YouTube. Thank you for joining us.
In 3, 2, 1.
This is TJ and Riggins. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Disney Cruise Lines is investigating a situation. It turns out a father and their child went overboard over the weekend into the water, sailing between the Bahamas and Florida. And, they were rescued by the rescue boats that are attached to the ship. But scary situation. They're still not sure how it happened because they have plexiglass barriers preventing things just like this. But the emergency call, man overboard, they call it Mr. Mob, Mr. Mob, was, ringing through the decks. So they were rescued.
Well, what I've noticed just being on a cruise, they're really not that high. I mean, you can climb over them.
Oh, really?
Which is scary. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
or
that.
the one I was on.
There, another passenger on the ship said what they saw was the little girl go overboard, and the father jumped in after her.
Yeah,
because I guess that's what you do. But yeah, you're jumping into the ocean. It's just a crazy situation.
How old was she?
It didn't say. I think they said young.
Oh God, that is my biggest nightmare. Oh my God.
But was it in the night or the daytime?
That it also doesn't say.
Because that makes a world of difference too.
Said the child fell from deck 4, reportedly, which features a walking track.
What a nightmare.
I mean, that's the scariest situation ever. And then the father goes in to get her. It's just like, oh. But thank God they were rescued.
Yeah.
But now Disney Cruise Line is investigating how this happened. And so hopefully they will get some answers. That's super scary. Super scary.
Yeah. It makes my chest hurt.
Yeah. Would you go in after either one of your kids?
No way.
Oh, he was going to be like, yes, of course.
Hypothetical, Jody freezes when, incidents arise. She just like freezes in fear.
Yeah.
What would she do if she saw one of the kids go overboard?
Probably freeze.
Same
like
thing.
That. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't even want to say that.
You would jump into, in all honesty, you would jump into action.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a doer.
Right.
Yeah.
You weren't talking to me?
No.
Oh, you're talking to TJ. Okay.
Riggins is not a doer. I don't think.
I'd go in for my dog. I would jump over for my dog.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good sign then.
I don't know that he can swim that well. So, yeah, sending up prayers for that whole family. That's probably a traumatic situation they're dealing with. Amazon is looking to find their new James Bond. They own the rights to James Bond now, so they're going to make a bunch of movies. Tom Holland or Jacob Elordi, who's from that show Euphoria. Both handsome.
He's cute.
Yeah, both handsome young guys. Do they look like James Bond, though?
No, not
Neither
at all.
of them.
Are you sure that that's who they're looking at? And it's not going to be, like maybe a black woman who's about 5 feet tall and, it's a completely different look than James Bond just to woke it up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. They own it. They can do what they want with it, I guess. But it says
James,
they're
Jaymes.
We'll see what they end up deciding to do because they got a lot of money invested in that whole franchise.
Or maybe a Hispanic amputee, trans person.
Really mix it up.
Yeah, it's the new James Bond.
And then today is National Creative Ice Cream Flavors Day because who doesn't love a creative ice cream flavor? Give me a break. Come on. Creative Morning in Paris, they said, is one of the greatest new flavors you can have in 2025.
That doesn't tell anybody anything.
What does that even mean? Yeah. Morning in Paris? Come on.
Croissant in it? Is it croissant?
Who knows? Who knows? More silliness from the internet. We got more next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Hey, it's TJ, the #1 influencer for Cozy Earth. And, they're having a big thing going on now with summer deals up to 55% off. They say they made too much stuff. Other people say it's overstocked, but Cozy Earth's a little too classy to say that. That's right. So you still get that big 41% discount when you go to tjriggins.com/deals and then use the code TJ at checkout. Cozy Earth is fantastic. Check them out today and save.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Baby, let's go.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Some kids are weird, man. And I don't know Lindsay's kids that well,
They're weird.
I've only met them one time, and they were cool. I mean, as
They're
cool
weird.
cool as little kids can be. Yeah, you're saying they are weird.
They're weird. They are weird.
Like we saw that video of Lindsay's daughter walking in the other day, and she's like, "Mom, I want to start a fire." It's just like, quit being weird for a second. I don't know. It's just odd.
Weird.
There's a TikTok video that's gone viral. Mom walks in and her daughter's sitting in the living room eating fish sticks on her tablet. She's playing with her tablet, eating fish sticks. The fish sticks she was eating right from the bag. They were frozen.
Ugh.
And the mom is just kind of standing there. She's stunned. And it's all from captured from one of those nanny cam things. She's just staring at her. She's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I was hungry." She's like, "Yeah, I know. That's not what I'm talking about. Why are you eating frozen fish sticks?" And the girl was just happily munching them down. Gorton's fish sticks. Kids
Mine
are
have
weird.
eaten frozen waffles.
That I can
Taking a waffle out and just, you can see that?
better than a fish stick.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't even know
Weirdo.
how you'd bite through a fish stick
Yeah.
frozen.
Well, it reminds me of my sister-in-law. One night we went out and everybody had kind of passed out. And then 20 minutes later, there was noise in the kitchen. In my brother's apartment, there was noise in the kitchen. And we turned on the light, and my sister-in-law was eating frozen chicken patties right from the freezer out of the bag. She was like, "I was hungry." I'm like, "Yeah, and you're 25. That's not, that's not the
I was
behavior."
going to say, was she pregnant? But I guess
No. She just had maybe too many shots of Fireball or something like that.
Oh, sure. And we all, guilty.
Yeah. But, 2024, 2023, a lot of stupid food trends. One of the big ones in 2025 is people eating frozen popcorn. Have you seen this?
Mm-mm.
Popping the popcorn, laying it out on a cookie sheet, wrapping plastic wrap around it, pop it in the freezer. They say the holes won't get stuck in your teeth as easily, and it makes the popcorn more crispy.
Well, yeah, because it's frozen.
Because it's frozen. I believe that it's more crispy. It's right out of the freezer. Now, other people say it's way too much work for not enough benefit. Well, duh.
Yeah, how big does it have to be to put a whole thing of popcorn out on it?
Yeah,
the sheet pan.
And sliding it into the freezer for hours just to enjoy some popcorn. Stupid food trend. They also point out sleepy chicken. Remember that last year? People were cooking chicken in NyQuil. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Sleepy chicken. That was the dumbest one.
Yeah, because even if you were just going for the licorice of the NyQuil, why? Licorice is one of the most disgusting flavors everywhere. That's why, what's it called? The shots, Jaeger. That's why why Jaeger tastes so terrible.
Yeah, it tastes like licorice.
Yeah.
There's other ways to
I
get
like
in
it, but not with chicken.
Yeah, they were sauteing it in traditional green NyQuil. So that was dumb.
That's actually super dangerous.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Heard of an overdose?
Yeah. The other dumb food trend they say we're glad is over in 2025 are those over-the-top mug milkshakes. And the ones they show, the chocolate sauce was on the outside. They were coating the outside of the glasses in, different kinds of sauces and things like that. No one needs that.
I don't need all that mess.
No.
I don't need a mess while I'm eating something. Something that's already messy before it even gets to me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Ew.
I don't like it.
They said over-the-top Bloody Marys still in for 2025.
No,
though.
they're not. I say no.
He disagrees.
All right, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
When you subscribe to the show, you get all of our shows right when you open up your podcast apps, YouTube app, or social media. Learn more at tjriggins.com/subscribe.
The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
All right, we have our list of the worst chain restaurants. I think this is an annual thing that is done by TripAdvisor website and company, whatever they do. I don't know. But it says that they judge on service, the quality of the food, things like that. So it's not just the food. They put the service in there with it in their reviews. And the lowest score, meaning this would be the worst chain restaurant in America, KFC.
Oh.
KFC, then McDonald's, Burger King, Church's, Long John Silver's. Those are the 5 least favorites. And then there's one called Taco Bueno. We don't have those around here.
Never heard of that.
Taco Bell is in the top 10 or worst 10. Wendy's, Hardee's, and Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay.
Well, what does that even leave? You know what I mean?
Yeah, really.
So Cookout is not on here, and what's the other one?
Culver's?
Yeah, Culver's and the Five Guys is not on here.
Oh, yeah.
What Arby's is not on here?
Arby's, Hardee's.
Let's see. Yeah, Hardee's was on here.
Oh,
is number 9.
Okay. I mean, I love all those places, though.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
yeah, Chick-fil-A.
It wasn't in the bottom 10. No.
But I don't believe McDonald's is one of the top. I mean, they thrive. I don't think it's one of the top unliked ones.
Yeah, McDonald's is the number 1 fast food place in history.
Yeah.
And the number 1, what do you call it? Not chain, but franchise ever. So they're going to want to hate on McDonald's every time they can. You know, people just say that. I had McDonald's for breakfast yesterday morning.
Ooh, what'd you have?
I had a sausage and cheese biscuit combo.
Okay.
And combined with a McGriddle, sausage McGriddle.
Hey, now. All right.
So I had the combo, and then I combined something else with it.
Can I get a side McGriddle?
And, y'all doing Big Macs yet?
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to hear the new TJ and Riggins shows, archives, podcasts, watch the show, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
So you've heard me talk about Mandu Charlotte, and now it's your time to go for absolutely free. Mandu Charlotte is an electro-muscle stimulation workout. It's only 15 minutes, and it feels like you've been in the gym for hours. You're toner, leaner, stronger. You feel better in your clothes. You look better in your clothes. What's not to love? So check out Mandu Charlotte at tjriggins.com/fitness and get your first session free. Mandu Charlotte.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob.
Sets the tone for my day.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
So we were just talking about restaurant chains and the list, the annual list they put out from TripAdvisor of the worst restaurant chains in America. Well, this is not necessarily a review of a certain fast food place. This is a warning. This is a guy who is a fan of certain Zaxby's, which is a great restaurant, and he's just concerned about their chicken wings.
Zaxby's. The wing get a little rubbery, so I'm sorry for the inconvenience. But I ain't gonna be able to do that at Zaxby's. I was fooling with y'all. Like y'all was a team member. I'm gonna have to go on and sit you on the bench on this one. Y'all been rubbery the last 2 times. I don't know if y'all got in cahoots with a tire company or what, but it's been a little rubbery, a little chewy. Yeah, calm down, Zaxby's.
So, yeah, the wings have gotten a little chewy, a little rubbery. I don't know if y'all have gotten in cahoots with a tire company or what.
Cahoots.
You gotta listen carefully. You might miss that one. That's a great line. I don't know if y'all goes with the tire company. Little rubbery.
I've never had anything rubbery at Zaxby's. It's always good. Of course, I've never had wings there.
I've never had the wings there. I wouldn't even
You
think
just
to get
have
wings.
the tenders.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Oh, in the Zac sauce. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Zac sauce.
Yes, the best.
That kicking chicken sandwich is next level. Texas toast, buffalo wings, and that ranch on. Oh my goodness!
They even have a good salad. I've not had one bad thing from there.
Well, this man said they didn't get rubbery on their wing.
They got rubbery.
Huh. They didn't got in cahoots with a tire company.
Love that.
I just can't picture it as a man going in there and ordering a salad. Isn't that what they call them?
Yeah, they call them salads.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I just said salad, but they were probably like, "This girl don't know."
It's a salad.
Mm-hmm.
I hope
Salad.
they correct people when they ask for a salad.
It's a salad.
Do you mean a salad? Yeah.
No, I mean a salad. I'm sorry, we don't have salads. Although we do have salads. I don't know what you're talking about when you say salad. We don't have those.
No.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Prime Plus members get extra funny, commercial-free versions of all the shows and more. Sign up at tjriggins.com. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
In case you missed it, Vin Diesel said that Paul Walker's character is going to return for the final Fast and Furious movie. It's Fast X Part 2 or something like that, I think is what they call it. It's the 11th movie in the Fast and Furious franchise. And they're going to bring back Paul Walker, who's, obviously passed away years ago. What is that, 10 years ago at least?
Yeah.
Died in a car accident. And they brought him back with CGI and the help of Paul Walker's actual brother. And they put him in a movie, and Vin Diesel said, yeah, he's coming back for another one. I don't know. If you're Paul Walker, what do you think about that? Would you want to be recreated so lifelike in such a realistic way in a movie? And if it maybe it benefits your kids, you'd be okay.
Sure.
With that. Yeah, if they get a check from it. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you don't have my character do anything stupid, you know, like impaling himself with something.
Yeah. Oh, here's the scene where TJ kisses a guy, like would they be doing something wild with you?
Yeah, this is a scene where you don't want to know where he puts that fireplace poker. Yeah.
Whoa, wait. Yeah, so we'll see.
Financially benefits the kids, okay, but like benefits them mentally, I don't think I could watch that. Being the child of, my father, I'm not watching him.
No, I wouldn't want to watch it either. You wouldn't bring me the money.
Just cut me the check, kind of thing. Okay, fair enough.
Because then if I watched it, I'd probably have to watch it with Vin Diesel, and I don't want to do that. Yeah. No matter what.
Family. So a lot of people love those movies, those Fast and Furious movies. They get very upset if you make fun of them. So
I've never seen any of them.
I haven't either.
Same.
I have none either. Careful, Lindsay. They're very fired up sometimes.
I do not care. Write me a nasty email. They're terrible movies. Terrible.
Costco announced some new hours starting yesterday. If you're an executive level member, you can now get in the store an hour earlier than everybody else. And then starting on Saturday, you're going to be able to stay an hour later. So if you are a Costco fan, this is probably very exciting news for you. Costco's have gotten so out of control. I mean, they're just crazy.
But you have to be an executive member to get the new hours.
That's correct. Yeah. Well, I think the Saturday extended hours goes for everybody, but the early opening hours are only for the executive level members. Are you an executive over there?
No. No.
I could tell. I could smell it on you.
I don't have time to tell you now, but when we signed up, my wife kind of told the guy to stop being so pushy. When we were signing up. Yeah.
That's not surprising at all that she'd have an issue with that. We got
more TJ and Riggins coming up. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Click the deals button to get all our exclusive best deals anywhere from all of the TJ and Riggins show partners. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
In honor of the 4th of July holiday, here are some facts that they won't teach you in school.
Oh, boy.
People think the American dream is all pie in the sky, but there's more up there than just pie.
Right now, get up to 15% off bedroom furniture during our Independence Day sales event. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Listen everywhere.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Yeah, today is National Postage Stamp Day. National Postage Stamp Day. Lindsay said last week, she was like, I don't even have stamps. Like,
No.
I haven't had stamps in a decade. I never have stamps.
Christmas cards. That's about it.
I don't even send those out. But then it occurred to me, I've lived in my town for 5 years now, going on 5 years. I don't even know where the post office is. Couldn't tell you. I'm assuming we have one. Don't you have to have one?
Oh, yeah, you got one somewhere.
Wouldn't even know.
My little friend Jenny goes to the post office for something every day. Every day.
I know you say that. I want to know what she's getting there.
Well, she mails stuff out, I think. Does she sell stuff at the gym or
No.
no?
Well, she sells stuff, but not like she's not doesn't have online orders and things like that. But yeah, she has a merch room, like a little store inside the gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
interesting.
Lindsay, if your husband started collecting, he doesn't collect anything, right?
No.
If he's-
Well, baseball cards, but that's a long story for Brooks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually sick. He collects baseball cards to keep them for Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's got good ones, and those are worth value. Would you freak out if you started collecting stamps or anything like that?
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah.
I assume so.
I mean, it'd just be weird. I wouldn't freak out, but I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I don't see Lindsay's tolerance for any kind of collection going well.
What about coins? A coin collection. What about that?
No.
Slightly better because it's money, and she can relate to that. She's like, "That's that's money. I can see it. I can hold it in my hand. There's value in that. I can see her."
And if I know where it is, I can take it if I need it. You know.
She's going to Coinstar with like these rare collectible coins. Was that my Sacagawea you just donated? And you don't have any collections, right?
No. Oh heavens, no.
Yeah.
I don't have time, space, energy for any of that.
You got a lot of chapsticks and lip glosses and things like that. I don't think it's any crazier than a coin collection.
Well, is that a collect? I don't know. I guess define collect. I like nice handbags, but I don't I use them and I don't look at them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think if you got a collection, it's like you're buying something each time to add to the collection of getting the value of it for later and that sort of thing. That's why I look at a collection because I'm collecting all kinds of things. Sunglasses.
True. Reading glasses. Yeah. Your hats. Black T-shirts.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. TJ, Riggins, and Lindsay want to thank you for listening.
Let's go!
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.